Personal finance ratios are important because they provide valuable insights into an individual's financial health. Here are some specific reasons why. Number one, it helps track financial progress. Personal financial ratios allow individuals to track their financial progress over time. By calculating and comparing ratios periodically, they can see if they are moving in the right direction or not.
Number two, assists in decision making. Personal financial ratios help individuals to make better financial decisions. For example, by calculating the debt-to-income ratio, they can determine if they can afford to take on additional debt or if they need to focus on paying down existing debt. Number three, provides a benchmark. Personal financial ratios can be used as a benchmark to compare against industry averages. This helps them to see where they stand financially and identify areas where they may need to make adjustments.
Number four, facilitates goal setting. By calculating personal financial ratios, individuals can set realistic financial goals and track their progress towards achieving them.
Number five, it helps identify financial weaknesses. Personal financial ratios can highlight financial weaknesses that may need attention. For example, a low saving ratio may indicate that an individual needs to focus on building an emergency fund.
Overall, personal financial ratios are an important tool for anyone looking to improve their financial well-being and make informed financial decisions. Let's take a look at our 6 most important financial ratios that are critical to track and understand your financial journey.
Number 1, net worth ratio. Your personal balance sheet measures your net wealth at a point in time. As you add to your assets, hopefully outpacing your liabilities, you will get wealthier. Net worth ratio equals total assets less total liabilities. As discussed earlier, your total assets are what you own at their current market value. Your total liabilities are what you owe based on your debt obligations, notably the balances on your credit card debt, mortgages, car loans, and any other loans that you have. The higher the positive number you have, the better off you are.
Number 2, savings ratio. Adopt a pay-yourself-first attitude. Savings should be one of the most critical parts of your household's financial goals.
Savings ratio equals savings divided by gross income. Savings refer to money in the bank, liquid funds, deposits, money markets, and other liquid funds such as your emergency fund. Gross income is your total income source on your budget and includes what you earn, side businesses, bonuses, dividends, and interest income. You should have a minimum savings ratio of 10%, but the recommended savings ratio is 15%. Here's an interesting metric to think about. If you save 15% of your salary for 25 years, you will have 75% of your final paycheck available in your retirement years. 15% for 25 years gives you 75% of your final paycheck for your retirement years.
Number 3, emergency fund ratio. Every person who's serious about saving should have an emergency fund to cover unforeseen events such as job loss, family death, unexpected surgery, or house repair emergencies that need immediate attention, such as a burst pipe. The emergency fund ratio works by using a targeted number of months you believe is ample to support you through emergencies. Now, I would highly recommend an emergency fund that covers at least 6 months or more of your monthly expenses.
Set this money aside in a high-yield savings account or money market. Invest in funds that are liquid, i.e., where you can draw money out within a day or two. Emergency funds ratio equal 6 times monthly expenses. This ratio will give you a targeted amount of monetary assets needed to remain financially comfortable during a possible emergency.
Number 4, debt to asset ratio. The debt to asset ratio is a ratio focusing on the borrowing ability of the individual or household. Industrial firms are more accustomed to higher debt levels because they are capital intensive. However, individuals should not have high debt levels. Some households have high financial leverage, which means They are able to borrow more to buy things like a house that may provide more value in the future.
Total debt to asset ratio equals total liabilities divided by total assets. If you have a high debt to asset ratio, you should reduce your debt. It is essential to lower your overall costs for the maximum long-term financial flexibility. Liabilities include balances on student loans, mortgages, car loans, and credit card debt. Your liability should not go over 50% of your total assets. A good goal to have is 30% or even less if you can. Avoid high debt or consider a debt reduction plan. Number 5, debt to income ratio. Another good way to look at whether your debt burden is too high is to compare it to your gross income, the amount you make per year. Debt to income ratio equals annual debt repayments divided by gross income times 100.
Typically, when you're in your 20s and 30s, your salaries are at the lower as you start to build your career. You may be borrowing to buy a home or a car while still paying your student loans. Your debt-to-income ratio should be no more than 36% of gross income and decline as you command higher salaries.
An alarming statistic is that South Africans are using 65% of their net income to service debt. This is not sustainable, and if you are in this position, servicing your debt and saving for your future may seem like a daunting task, but it is not entirely impossible. By taking a hard look at your finances and prioritizing getting out of debt, you can change your debt to income ratio and improve your situation every month.
Number 6, total debt service ratio. Now, this ratio is what lenders use when looking at how capable you are of servicing your housing debt. Total debt service ratio equals monthly housing cost divided by gross monthly income. Housing costs are primarily your mortgage cost and property costs. Lenders consider a ratio of 28% or less desirable, with anything over 36% being excessive. Now, this ratio is sometimes called the 28-36 rule.
Conclusion. These financial ratios are useful as a starting point to understanding your financial health, but they cannot take the place of a sound financial plan. Gathering your financial data to develop a net worth statement and a monthly budget plan is essential. It may help you identify your risks when carrying too much high-cost debt. If so, change your spending and reduce your credit card debt. Get in financial shape. Use the ratios to see where you stand relative to your financial goals and change how you save, spend, borrow, and invest.